got a show to glow. Life stories wild like a late night dream. We're spilling the tea and it's hot like steam. Brutsy and Kitty, we're here to play. Life and gossip every single day. Laugh a little louder, who needs control? It's the Brutsy and Kitty show. From trending news to the tales untold. Spinning the wheel, let the stories unfold. Catch us in the vibe where the chatter grows. With a pair that keeps you on your toes. What's the buzz? What's the word? Spill it fast, haven't you heard? Brutsy and Kitty, we're here to play. Life and gossip every single day. Laugh a little louder, who needs control? It's the Brutsy and Kitty show. Truth or dare, we're taking the leap. Stories that'll make you laugh or weep. Tune in now, let the fun explode. This is your stop, it's the Brutsy code.
He's gone again. What's he done? What you done? You keep leaving us, sir.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
I see you. 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 What is up, good people? You're watching Brutsy Entertainment. I am joined with the lovely Kitty, the Duchess, the Kitty, Britain's only Union flag wearing kitty cats, we'll call her. And we've got the specialists. We've got the specialist in the house, the Crypto Man specialist. How are we doing on this lovely Tuesday?
It's a lot better in Nottingham because the last couple of days it's been freezing in the afternoons. But today is okay. But I don't know what's going to happen in the evening. But apart from that, yeah, lots of phone calls since the morning. Been very busy. A lot of productive things.
Fair play. Kitty, how are we doing today, girl?
Wednesday, babe. Also, happy hump day.
Oh yes, so it is. It is Wednesday. Jesus, these days are flying away from me, boy.
Yeah, I go away for 24 hours and look what happens. You lose a day. I'm good, thank you, babe. I'm glad to do that.
Fantastic. Do you know, I was told yesterday that we were lacking a woman's touch yesterday on the stream a few times. A lot of people were saying that, a lot of people said you need a woman on air to sort of like get that perspective. I can't remember what we were talking about. Well, Kitty, that's actually quite relevant to you. We were talking about women first trapping men online and then complaining about the attention afterwards.
Yeah, I think they need to stop. I think they need to, if you're gonna play that game, play the game. Don't moan about it afterwards.
Yeah, it goes with the territory. If you're gonna flash the girls, you're gonna get the men come in. You gotta accept what comes with it. I think
you've got to. I think if that's your line of business, and I'm afraid to say this, guys, it is a business to women. We're not doing it for the good of our health. We're doing it for the wealth, basically.
You mean you don't really love them?
You don't. I thought you loved me, Kitty. Oh my God, you dumping me for money now. Okay.
I didn't say you, specialist. I said them.
Okay. Sorry, I rephrase.
Yeah. I think some of these women, like you say, they've got that pretty privilege. They think they can, the next guy and the next guy and the next guy. So as we know, girls, ladies, you're going to get older, and the life just go younger. So
Yep. But unfortunately, guys, we're stuck back on this ICE situation. It just will not go away. And I kind of don't want it to go away. I mean, I don't know about you lot, but I am I'm not normally an angry person. I really don't like things getting me angry. What really is making me really angry is big podcasters like PBC, PBD, Patrick Bet David, all of his panel. These guys are watching the same videos, and all these guys on the right that are watching the exact same videos are somehow able to sort of try and literally tell us that we're blind, basically. I think we all must be blind. We all can't see bullies pushing people. Starts off with pushing a woman and then pushing poor bloody Andrew. For me, it's really upsetting. It's really making me angry, guys.
Yeah, but I'm very surprised, host, that you're saying what you're saying. These podcasts, what you're talking about, they're part of the elite. It's one team. If they go against them, they're going to lose millions and billions. So they're part of one team, my brother. See, well, that's one thing you have to understand. PBT, that Patrick thing, oh my God, bro! If they said to him, "Here's £1 billion, we'll do this. We want to do this to your child," he'll say, "Yeah, no problem," because money comes to him first. Everything else is secondary. You
I
should know these things.
There's our viral clip for today. Let's hope you don't see that.
I can't condone the fact that I've watched videos and it looks like a pack of animals.
Yeah,
That's the only way to
thank
describe.
you.
They literally, it wasn't one-on-one. It was
Hey guys.
so many. I mean, I couldn't even count how many there was, but it was a group of men jumping on one man, and it was like something. It was like something out of film or something you would see on Crime Watch. You know, where they just. It was like a pack of like.
Yeah. See, one of the things that a lot of people, like, you know, you're getting a lot of military people that are leaning right, that are coming in wanting to defend this crap, and what they're saying is it's very easy to watch a video in slow motion and come up and say they should have done this, this, and that. Now, I can understand that point. I can understand that point when you're this. You said it perfectly, Casper, and you taken the words out my mouth there. When something kicks off unexpectedly, when they attack you, when if you get ambushed by a bunch of Taliban or whatever it is you get ambushed by, fair enough. Fair enough. Shit happens under fire, like, you know. But when you initiate something like this, like an attack on a pushing, like, you know, no one's even talking about pushing the woman the way you did. Like, you know, you don't have the right. Someone's putting their camera up to just push some woman. Like, you know, these guys are shooting. There's a young man that lost the eye because they shot him with I think it was like a paintball gun that they use, or an air rubber bullet, or whatever it is. Like, you know, we're seeing some rough house tactics. Like, you know, I don't care. Like, you're telling me that you don't have the right to freaking protest. You don't have the right to protest. You can't go there and say, look, we're not happy with what you guys are doing because your transparency sucks so bad. It just looks like you're rounding up people of color. That's all it looks like to the outside view, and it's getting people so angry. They're just like, you know, boom, we're just jumping in.
I just, to me, it's. I can't put it into words. I don't think I can actually put it into words. The animalistic behaviour of those men to do what they did. And somebody was talking, one of these hosts on the TV shows, and he said that the ICE agent said that he was holding a weapon. Oh, right. And he says, obviously we can all see in the video, the only thing he was holding was a phone. And they're actually saying that maybe that is the weapon that they're disgusted by. The fact he could literally video them and put it all over the world that these men are animals, or these people are animals. I'm not going to say they're all men because there are some women there. They pack mentality, that Charlie Big Potatoes, give us a group of blokes and we'll all just jump on. It's
Yeah, and it also, do you know what? It also shows how untrained these guys are. It shows, when I say that, like, you know, I used to be a doorman, and when we would go in to detain someone, there would be some sort, like, you know, we don't just say, oh, everyone just jump on. Hey, Courts, how are you? We don't just say, everyone just go in and do your own thing. You say, right, I'm the lead man. I'm going to go in. I'm going to secure his left arm. You secure his right arm, and we'll go from there. And that's just 3 people. This was just bully pack mentality, like untrained morons, really. And this is what they are. They're untrained morons, hillbillies, basically, hillbilly scumbag rednecks. Like, you know, that's what they are. You know, Trump's giving them badges and they're going out and they're shooting people. And then, you know, people are condoning it. Like, you know, people are like, you know, this is America. This is the land where you're allowed to carry guns. They proudly say it. They'll die on this. They'll die on their shield when it comes to being able to carry their guns and stuff. They're like, yeah, look, we can carry our guns. We have the right to bear arms. Don't take our weapons away. And then they're coming out and saying the man had a gun on him. He shouldn't have had a gun on him.
What my point on this, is American people, for the first time, they realized that they were like animals locked away in a sanctuary, and they've escaped and they realize what the truth is. Everything what the government have told them over the last 50 years is all lies. Everything what they've said, oh, let's say Iraq, you know, d- they've got WMDs, etc. Lies, this lies. They've realized that, you know what, we are the Muppets. We believe them and we backed them because we're United States of America. But
That entitlement's disgusting.
yeah,
That we are better than everybody else.
yeah. The land of the free, the land of the free.
You're showing yourselves for what you really are.
Yes,
Right now, and like you say, the world's watching. The world
yeah,
is watching. The fact that Trump has come out and said all this stuff about all these countries in NATO and whatever, that they're losers and they're this and there's been
yeah.
German, we're better. There's no, and then when he backtracked, he said that they're second to none, only to the Americans.
What you got to understand, Kitty, is everything what this guy said. Yeah, he makes a threat, gets his people on board. When his people come on board, they say, "Excuse me, mate. Do you know what you've just said? Do you know the implication of what's going to happen to our country? You need to detract that statement. You need to reverse it." 10 minutes later, 1 day later, every statement what he's made over the last 6 weeks, why is he reversed it? There must be
Yeah.
a reason.
Yeah, I think he's. I do get his style of negotiation, like I do get it, but I feel like on this sort of scale, like it's like the winners don't understand that they're winning. Like America's the super. Like America is a superpower, whether we like it or not. They're a very powerful nation. They could pretty much take out any country they want, barring Russia and China and maybe North Korea as well. Like they're winning. They don't need a chauvinistic scumbag saying, "Yeah, we need to do this." Like I was watching. I can't remember what I was watching. It's off topic, but I was watching X Factor just today. Just some great additions, and some American lady came on. She told a sob story basically, before they sing, and she was like, "Yeah, me and my kids lived in a car for like 1 year," and I
Yeah,
thought to myself,
yeah,
"Did
I've
you see
seen
that?
that.
Did you as well?"
Yeah, I've seen
I
that.
thought to myself,
Unbelievable.
a brilliant singer, but I thought to myself, this doesn't happen in the UK. People don't live in their car with their
No,
children.
but the point is, brother, you got to be honest to yourself. This shouldn't happen in America, the land of the dream.
It definitely shouldn't happen. That's the whole point
And
of
when
it.
you go to America, the amount of homeless people you see, I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm thinking, are you for real? And then when the outsider like me goes there, land of the free. Oh, brother, how long you been homeless? 5 years. They don't care about us. To them, we're animals. Like a dog, lifespan 10 to 15 years. We're homeless 10, 15 years. We'll be unalived. We will die. So at the end of the day, that's how the American people think right now.
Yeah.
Sad.
And the people that are left in these horrible states and living the way they are, they're desperate and they don't care.
Right.
And there's no healthcare for them. There's no one for them to speak to. So they go out in the street and they commit more crimes. More crimes, more heinous crimes. It's a vicious cycle. Like you want to. Like I said to you before, Kitty, when you see someone doing a heinous crime, you think to yourself, oh, this person, something wrong with his head. But then you also have to think, what happened to this person? And what happened to this person? How did this person get there? And ultimately, if we don't look at that, prison reform, for instance, it's a big thing. Like, if we don't look at why these guys keep committing crimes over and over again, they're going to keep committing crimes over and over again. It just seems like we're willing to say, sod you lot, do your thing.
Whenever you watch anything about the American prison system, there is no rehabilitation. It's literally, we're locking you away, you're an animal and whatever. I'll say this about the UK, like you say, we don't have children living on the streets. Our prison system, albeit rather easy, some people would say, it's a rehabilitation. You can get master's degrees, you can learn, and you can do this. They don't seem to care about the little people over in America. Like you say, if they've got no health care, if they're not getting the medication that they need. People like diabetics. Could you imagine being diabetic over there and not being able to get...
Stupid lefty, stupid poor lefty people. Who cares about you? Literally. That's literally what they're doing. Oh, we don't care about them. It's for me, I just don't understand it. But this ice shooting thing is really upsetting me. Like, I can't lie. Like, watching people speak and talk about it, and especially, I suppose, what hurts more from PBD is that I really enjoy watching their podcast. So I feel like I've been betrayed by them. Like, because like I said yesterday, I'm not a sheep. Like, you can't sheep walk me anywhere to try convince me or try gaslight me. Like, if I see something wrong, it's wrong.
Yeah,
Everyone, and I didn't make that up. Like, everyone looking at that with neutral eyes can say that this was mad. Like, what were you doing? Why were you pushing the woman anyway?
it's sick. It's sick. Sorry, Kitty. Just want to quickly say, you watch Patrick, yeah, PBD show, yeah. This is a guy who I'm like you. I used to love watching him. Yeah, intelligent guy, articulate, smashed it in the insurance business. You know what he said? Because he hates Muslims.
He
You know
does.
the guy.
He does.
You
He
know the
seems like
guy
very
who saved so many lives in Australia, Kitty. You know that Muslim guy. You know what he said? He went on he went on a live himself. Near his house, and he says, "Oh, it only took one Muslim to save many people. Where were the other Muslims? Were they dead?" So what he's saying is, in that vicinity, there must have been other Muslims like that. Well, hold on. There's Christians, there's Jews. There were loads of different people, but he's basically saying, why did one Muslim have? There should have been 10 of them who should have done the same thing, or 50. So I responded to him. I said, "You parasite. You're a Christian. So where were the Christians then?"
I
Unbelievable, bro. Bro, I'm going to send you that clip. You're going to be shocked.
do you know
You're going
what?
to hate him even more. Sorry, Kitty. Go on, carry on.
You know what really upsets me? What I keep thinking about. What we've seen, what haven't we seen?
Yeah, well, that's it. That's it as well. And I saw a couple of reporters speaking and saying, a good shot key. That'll make a very viral clip. Podcast host throws pillow at dog. There we go. I'll clip that later. Yeah. So, I don't know what I was going to say now, Kitty. You done
No,
me
I
there.
was just saying, what haven't we seen?
Oh yeah, sorry, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say the reporters were questioning Trump's speaker lady, and they were saying, "Is there any chance we could get video those body cam things to sort of see so we can see for ourselves what's going on?" But for me, this is what needs to happen, guys. This is what needs to happen. You lefties, you crazy lefties, you lot need to get jobs as ICE agents, and you need to expose them from within. We need ICE in the UK. Sure, we do, buddy. We need to expose them we need to expose them for what they are. So we need people to go undercover as ICE agents, and literally, so we can get them actually speaking that locker room talk that Trump likes to talk about when he grabs women on the everything young CEO. Okay, so we need ICE in the UK.
We don't need UK. We need something to maybe police something, but we
This,
ICE.
yeah.
That sort of.
It sounds like this is one of those guys that says, yeah, he wants Trump over here and he wants us to be like America. Before you say that, I hope your healthcare is all in order, buddy, and stuff.
Yeah, I hope you're healthy. I hope you've got a home. I hope you've got money, and I hope you've got no relatives that are of second generation, because
Yep.
that man is he's almost gone. He's done a year, and it's almost like something switched on in his head, and he's just gone. Okay.
Starmer bitch slapped Trump already, mate. Starmer bitch slapped him and made him apologize like a little girl. I love that.
Yeah.
That. He had to
Yeah,
come back
he had
and
no
apologize.
choice. He had no choice.
Yeah, he
after
had to come back and apologize. So Starmer at the minute, he's gone up. He's going up in my levels at the minute. He better than Nigel Farage that you probably want to come into power. That didn't even condemn Trump for what he said. This man is an arse licker. And I hope all you reform voters that think Nigel Farage is the second coming, I hope all of you write all your children's names down, all your military age children's names down. Yeah, write your children's down. Write your sons' names down. When Nigel Farage makes us go chasing Donald Trump, licking his backside to more wars, your sons and stuff will be the ones going to fight. Make sure that's done on paper, please. Make sure that's done on paper.
If anything happens to them, I hope they've got health insurance, because they're not going to be looked after either. And then after the war, they're just going to be thrown out onto the street, because that's basically what's happening over in America right now. that their veterans are homeless and they're not being looked after. These veterans went into a war. They went into a Iraq war and came home and was told that we shouldn't have done it. We shouldn't have.
These people don't care about that. Kitty, there's no logical rationalization with some of these people. They don't care. They, in their brains, the elites have got them. The elites have got them in their. The elites have got them to the point where they hate their own people that look just like them, and they call them lefties. The elites have won with them. These guys are sheep. They're brainwashed, and they'll follow anyone. They'll follow anyone. And you know what? On the subject of sheep and following, I would like to show some people some bits and bobs really quickly. 1 second. Where's this video?
Hey guys,
Here we go. So this is Amelia, guys. Amelia is an AI. They're not even using real people anymore to dupe the far right, to whip up the clickbait kind of stuff. They're not even using that anymore. They're using AI. They made an AI creator, and they did all the sort of far righty kind of stuff that will get the dog whistling kind of stuff. You know, yeah, it's fine. Get them out of the country. We love pork sausages, all this kind of crap, the far righty kind of shit. Like, this person's built up millions of followers, Kitty. Like, you know, Elon Musk even retweeted it. He's monetizing people that are using this person to you know, to get the clickbaity kind of crap. So this is Amelia, guys. I played with Amelia myself. Oh, that sounds really bad, doesn't it? I had to play with Amelia earlier. I've pre-programmed her, and she's gone through some changes.
hey guys, I'm Amelia, and now I'm TikTok famous. Guess what? I was created by Yak Man. Haha, fooled you.
She was created, yeah. So basically, that's how easy it is, guys, to sort of create an AI, just which people have done to whip up the sheep, make them follow, make them say, yeah, look at that, yeah, eat pork sausages, this will make the Muslims unhappy. Like, you know, this is what I mean. Like, you know, it's so stupid, but why do these things get so many views? Like, you know, it's insane. It's insane. Like, some people just, okay, well, Trump is going towards Iran and warning, so lefties are going to protest for that. No. Us lefties aren't going to protest. You guys on the right that are with Trump, you lot go to Iran. Don't ask us to go. We don't want to go. So you guys on the right, get your 18-year-old sons and tell them they're going to war to fight Iran to steal people's oil. Just tell them how it is.
I've been told by a friend of mine who's in the army that they're trying to push legislation that in the UK, once you are 18, you know, like in South Korea,
Conscription.
yeah, when you're 18 years old, you got to go straight into the army for minimum 3 years.
It used to be anyway. We used to have it. We used to have sort
Yeah.
of service. So you used to leave, you know, go to school, and at 18 you was called up.
Yes.
Or bearing in mind, a certain president in America avoided it 5 times.
Really? So you mean all these rich people, all these rich politicians, and all these elites? They don't actually send their children to war.
No, they don't. No.
Really?
He literally avoided it 5 times. Never did his national service over in America. Sending all our children to war.
You know, and if you don't go, then you go straight to prison, just like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Skin color, hello.
Yeah,
come on.
He did it 5 times. 5 times he literally said, and then they said it was medical after the 5th time. It wasn't. But now you want to send our children to war. For what? Oil? We don't want it. We don't need it. We've got.
Well, as Trump told us, we're sitting on a whole mountain of oil and we're not drilling. Like, you know, that's what Trump said to us. So, like, you know, we'll drill when we're ready to drill. Like, you know, do you know what? I'm so happy today. I heard that Starmer went to meet the president of China and you know, to start doing some trade, to start speaking about trade deals. And, you know, Katie, we've been speaking this ages. We can no longer, America have lost the plot. We can no longer rely on America, guys. I'm telling you, these guys have sold us out. This is the problem, guys, with politics. We all know there's money in politics. There's powers behind people, you know. So elites, what they do is they say, right, here's £100 million, here's £1 million, whatever it is, just do as we say. After years and years of just getting people to do as you say, you end up without a country anymore. You end up with a country with a sham sort of open sort of like to the naked eye you see a lovely democracy, you know, but in reality it's all these millionaires in black suits and trillionaires or whatever it is telling everyone what to do, and the politicians running around like little girls with mini skirts out in the street selling their backsides. Like, that's what our politicians have become, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, but it's about time. Do you know what? Starmer's going back up in my estimations. I didn't like him. I don't think I could Labour anyway. But if he can pull this off, if he can go and do these trade deals with China, and just get us away, you know, like when you were a kid and there was that school kid that you weren't allowed to play with. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're not playing with you
Well,
anymore.
I agree with what you're saying, Kitty, but unfortunately, Starmer has done too much damage already
No
while
problem.
he's been in power. And I'll tell you why. Remember what I'm going to say. In May, there's the local election, council elections, and the hammering what Labour are going to get, and the Reform and other parties, what they're going to win the seats locally. He will have to resign the next day. I promise you that. Go to the bookies and put a bet on. I'm
I don't.
telling you now.
I don't. From what he said, I don't think he's going to resign. I think he's going to ride his 4 years out. I think he's going to ride his 3 more
Yeah,
years
obviously he's
out.
not stupid. He get
I
paid
don't.
for it.
No, no. I honestly don't think he's going to ride it out. But like, you know, I asked you yesterday about what you think Starmer has done. Like, you know, since, because I'm like I said, guys, I'm not left. I'm not right. If someone's done something bad, and you can say to me, right, Starmer's done this. Tell me what
Yes.
he's done.
He's what he's done is what he's done is all documented. He
Okay.
covered up for Jimmy Savile and the BBC.
But these are
You asked me a question.
no,
You
no,
asked me a
okay,
question.
yeah, but these are elites. They're like, you could say, you could label that every. Unfortunately, guys, guess what? We all
What?
think we live in a fair world.
Yes.
The elites are committing crimes. They're doing heinous things to children on a
Yeah.
day-to-day basis.
So are we going to
They're-
be silent for the
no,
rest
no,
of
no,
the?
no, no, no. But what I'm saying is, though, to label that, to just use that to attack Starmer is kind of unfair. Whenever, like Donald Trump right now, he's got he's probably on the list. Let's just be fair.
He got more videos of him being with underage late girls than me and you and Kitty have chapatis together and curries. Yeah, they've got so much on him, and he fell for the trap. That it's called the honey trap in English. Yeah, he fell for it, and everything what the opposition want, as in the blueberries, I call them, the blueberries, he has to do. And yesterday I couldn't believe it. Out of 52 states, 30 states in America, they have to sign a document where they have to be part of Israel. 30 states. Otherwise, you're not going to be part of that state. And they've signed 30 states. I'll send you the information. You'll be shocked.
What I was, remember when we went to that rally and we
Yeah.
were talking to everybody, and people, what made me laugh was people were like, I blame Starmer, and I was like, he's only been in power for like 8 months. You can't blame him for the state of the country. The country was going to the dogs before he even stepped in, so you can't say it was all.
But that's kind of my argument. Like, a lot of people are saying, okay, so we got Casper. He U-turned policy on oil drilling. How the
Yeah,
hell,
and just to let you know, Casper is my PA. No joke. She's my
Okay.
personal. She
Okay.
works for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
but oil drilling. He's probably being told what to do. Let's just be fair. Like, he's probably being told by some elite what to do, what he can do and what he can't do. And this is the reality of politics. This is what I was trying to say. Like, these elites out here, like, they do what they want. They kill people. There's red rooms in Thailand that people know about where you kill, where things happen to children. This happens every single, like, these, you can all do your own researches. Like, there are evil people that are in charge and do whatever they want. They probably got islands and they're probably doing all madness. Do you think the politicians are really in charge? The only politicians are in charge are in countries where there's a dictatorship, where it's Putin, where it's China. No one tells Putin what to do. Like, no one. Like, no one. Or Xi Lijiang, like, from China. No one tells these people what to do. Do you know what happens? Do you know what happens to politicians in America, that in China, that start stealing money or start doing corruption and stuff like that? They're caught. They go missing.
Yeah.
They
So
go
what,
missing.
Brud,
Yeah,
what I'm
sorry.
going to do is I'm going to introduce you to my friend, a very close friend of mine, Kim Jong Un from North Korea. I'm going to take you to North Korea,
Okay.
and we're going to sit down with him, and I'm going to introduce him. He's a good friend of mine. And would you come? All expenses paid.
Would I come? That sounds like an offer I can't refuse. That from The
I was gonna
Godfather.
say,
Oh, really?
allowed to go?
Eh?
Would I be allowed to go? Because I'm Chinese. I don't know whether I'm allowed
No,
to.
no, 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 no. You're part of the family. You're first on the list. That's not a problem. But the thing is, I understand that. Look, I was in a meeting before this podcast, and I can't say much, but 400,000 children go missing in America every year.
I've seen it. Yeah, it's one of the highest. It's one of the highest.
400,000. And I'm in the meeting, and I'm presenting them with a device regarding children. And they're like, "Are you serious? Is this what you got?" I was like, "Yeah." And they go, "Do you know the stats of how many children are missing in America per year?" The guy goes, 400,000.
Yeah.
How do you lose
And he
that?
goes, and he goes, "That's the statistic. That's the stats." But
Yeah, it's all on
really,
ChatGPT. You can ChatGPT
yeah.
this. It's
And
all available.
he says, "Oh, it's 400,000," but really, if the true figure could probably be 1,000,000. But that's just in America. And he goes, "Look, in your country, in England, it could be this. Every country in the world. It's not just America. Remember that."
Oh no,
Children go missing, and like the host said, the elite, they are the god. You can't touch them. Like Putin, you can't touch him. So if he wants to be a P for the rest 25 years, nobody's going to touch him. Nobody can. I understand that, but remember this: the voice of the voiceless.
I just don't know how you can do it. How do you lose that many children? And
Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
you tell me.
nobody's standing up and going, "Where are these children?"
Yes,
Well, we don't stand up. This is the thing.
this is yeah.
We don't stand up anymore. Like, there are, there are things that we can all agree on. Like, the people that harm children, for instance, we can all agree. We don't want to have to worry about where these people are. We can all agree on that. But what are we all doing? We're all going to work. We're all doing whatever we want to do. Like, we're all just putting our head in the sand. Oh yeah, this guy, he's known for attacking women. What are we doing about it?
Basically,
This
what
this
you're
is the
saying in
problem.
English.
Until we all say we can overturn any government and overturn the elites. We
What
all just got to go down. We all just got to go down and do it and say, look, today you make it today. If you harm children, you stay in prison for the rest of your life. That simple. Like, that simple. Like, we won't ever get the death penalty. We could if we push for it, but at least we could get. We don't want like someone that's harmed, like, someone that's harmed a young toddler or something like that, that's done the worst things possible, like that young boy that recent, we done the video on that actually essayed the young children in the nursery. He was walking with his mum, like, all like, don't talk to me, don't, like, just,
So basically, what you're saying, host, is we add our 2 pence in and nothing happens. We don't do nothing. We add our 2 pence in. Oh yeah,
Look,
this what happened. We know
no,
he's
we've got a lot of
he's
hot
this.
air. We're all full of hot air. We don't actually, we all, if you think about it, we care more about ourselves, our family, what we have, what we don't have, rather than the real things that are out there. Like, things that can we're not unite. We can't, we're so divided. We can't even unite on the basic things.
But that's the plan. That's the plan. Keep us divided, and we don't come together. You keep us divided. Black, white, Asian, Muslims, this, that, Christians. Keep us all divided in whatever way you can, and then we don't come together and make these things. We don't come together and unite as a country. And it's the same in America. Blue and red. Keep them divided.
Yeah.
And it's just division every
Yeah.
time.
And this boat situation, Kitty, with the immigrants coming over on boats and going into hotels, this is a plan. This is a plan for distraction. They could stop it in a day. They could stop this in a day if they really wanted to. They just want to make people angry. They want to keep people divided. They want people saying, you're a lefty, you're a righty, you're this color, you're that color, you're this religion, you're that religion. This is what they want. They're doing it on purpose, and you know, we all need to try and come together and really sort of start shutting down the country for some of this stuff, and in a neutral, there's a reasonable way, like, you know, there's a proper way of doing something. Like for the situation in ICE, like, you know, a lot of people are saying they've got all these millions of people that have come over. What are America meant to do? Like, you know, I agree. You know, if you've come over, you should get sent back for sure. You should, but I'm not a majorly educated person or anything like that. I would come up with a simple policy. I would say, right, immigrants hiding in America. If you have been in this country for like, you know, over 5 years, over 6 years, and you are working and you are contributing to society, I want you to fill out a form. It will give you a temporary stay for 6 months. At least we know exactly where you are for 6 months. And then what that does is that will give you a card, and that will give you immunity from ICE stopping you and sending you back straight away. That will be something to encourage them to come forward and put themselves forward. And then they can say, right, the criminals, there's no leniency for you. We're going to plaster you everywhere. So when people know ICE are coming, they're coming for this specific set of people, the criminals, the drug dealers, all the rest of it. Just make something simple like that. Give the one, like, Steve, like, you know, I've seen some hyenas things. In America, they have like a school run thing, like it's a car thing where everyone sort of drives. Yeah, everyone sort of drives and they jump out, and the kids come in and they jump in the car. They're waiting for them there. They're waiting for them at the schools. Like, that's just low. That's just low.
Of the 5-year-old that they've got turned to the car and he stood there with his hands behind his back. He's not cuffed, but they've literally got a 5-year-old little boy literally turned to the car. They've arrested his parents, and obviously he was with them, and they more or less arrested him. The fact that they're making people walk around with passports in their pocket, it just reminds me of a certain area in a Mustache Man era.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for saying that about giving them the temporary thing, but it's something. It's a plan, not just a bunch of hooded white men grabbing people of color. That's a bad look. It's just a bad look, man. You just can't do it. You know, it's a bad look, and especially when you start seeing them with HH on their necks as well. Like, you know, it's a real bad look.
It's when they start throwing the salute. You're like, what?
I know. What is that real? Because that looked mad. That looked mad, man. That looked mad.
To me,
oh, for God's sake, here we go again, TikTok. You are some. TikTok is the dumbest. Do you know what? We saw that guy made the video the other day. TikTok is honestly the dumbest app ever. Like, you know,
that's horrible.
It's the best and the dumbest at the same time.
Yes.
Like, just all
Did you watch that video? Did you watch that video?
I did watch it. You sent it to me, didn't you? Of all the TikTok creators, all the big TikTok.
No. Regarding the video where it was a black brother, Uber driver in America, and ISIS surrounded his vehicle. He was waiting for a job. So he's just chilling out, his door's open, and he's on his phone, and they just surrounded him. He goes, yeah, can we have ID? He goes, I don't need to give you ID. And he says, so the ISIS guy's got the gun, and obviously the black brother knows, you know, these guys are going to bully me, intimidate me, trigger me. And he says, listen, if you think that I haven't got that as well in my car, then you got another thing coming.
Yeah.
So therefore, bloody hell, this guy's a psycho. Because you might think I'm an Uber driver, but I've always got a plan B. After what you did to that woman, you think I'm going to trust you, who you are?
Yeah, they've resurrected the Black Panthers, mate. Now,
yes.
Somebody was actually saying the other day. Have you noticed that they're going to like rural areas and, you know, like they're not going to Compton. They're not going to the Bronx.
No.
They're not going.
Yeah, go there. You know, if you got balls, go there. I beg you. I'll pay you.
They went at night, didn't they? They went and they did something at night, and everyone was trolling them, saying, "Look, they won't dare come here and do this because they know what's going to happen. You know, the bullets are going to just come out the windows. They know exactly what's going to happen. You know, and not that I'm condoning anything like that, but end of the day, when you see two lovely, beautiful Americans You know,
Hey guys, I'm Amelia.
Stop
and-
resisting! You're
Hey,
under
guys.
arrest!
that's me.
Get off me!
Guys,
I'm
I wish this
ICE!
was
Hands behind.
I wish this was true. The police were arresting ICE agents. I wish it was true, but no, unfortunately not. But yeah, when you see them two beautiful people that have been killed the way they've been killed, I mean, what do you say? Do you know what as well? It's kind of like chivalry almost killed Andrew because they weren't even pushing him first. They pushed a woman. And the man, do you remember what I said before, Kitty, about men are always willing, they're there. Trust me, the men are he was acting on his honor, protecting a woman, and he ended up losing his life for it.
Have you seen the video of the last rights that they've given him? Do you know the hospital that he worked at? Body was taken there, and they've walked him through, you know, with a flag on top of him and everything. And it's just this was a guy that looked after veterans in their, you know, with illnesses. This is a guy, like you say, that was honourable. This was a guy that saw a woman. Oh God, I've just gone really dizzy. This was a guy.
Me too. Honestly, this thing is really affecting me. Like, you know, I need to stop. I need to stop talking about this stuff. It's really affecting me.
But this is a guy that had honour. This is a guy that was just looking out for everybody. Was just stood there watching, and you have jumped on him like a pack animals. It was disgusting. There was no, like you say, there's no training. There's no organisation. It was just literally pile on. And like they say, they haven't got the balls to go to the real places.
Kitty, do you want to take that comment? He lost his
life because he brought.
I can't read the comments because I'm poor. I've already got one.
Sorry. So yes, so someone G's put he lost his life because he brought a gun to a federal operation to get rid of criminals.
Is that G as in G?
G, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's a friend of mine from Nottingham. Very successful businessman. Very successful. Hi, G.
They've all got guns in America. It doesn't matter where you go. Somebody's always going to have a gun.
Yeah, literally. You see, when we say he had a gun from a UK perspective, that sounds really threatening. He had a gun. In America, you have machine guns. You're allowed to hold them. Like you're allowed to walk down the road with big old rifles and stuff. It's their Second Amendment right. Something that the right run their flags round and bloody yes, we're Americans and we're allowed our guns. And now all of a sudden, having a gun is a death sentence. Having a gun is not a death sentence. Like, you know, it's their rights. You know, it's their Second Amendment right to carry arms. Like, you know, so that's not, you can carry it whenever you want. Like, you know, you can't go into a federal building. I know that's a law, but the thing about it is, if he was brandishing his gun, waving his gun, someone took his gun out of his holster. And freaking it misfired, and they killed him.
Yeah, that was basically what happened. If you.
Oh, gee, seriously, what are you talking about? You just trying to upset me. You just trying to upset me. You just try. He had his Did they check his documents, bro? Do you know Do you know what? It's only illegal when you actually check someone's documents. So when you say it's illegal, you know, did they check his documents and did they say, right, we're detaining you for this reason? You don't have your documents. No, they jumped on a man, threw him to the ground, pulled his gun out, and then shot him.
Yes, without committing any crime. He didn't commit no crime.
No crime.
No crime.
It's like afterwards, like, you know, doing a traffic stop where someone dies and they say to you, right, why did you stop that person? Like, you know, what legal right did you have to stop him? At the time, they had no legal right to detain and stop this person in the car. For whatever reason, they stopped him.
Because there's a law there.
You can't just say, oh, guess what? We found this in his car. No, but legally, you didn't have a right to stop him. They didn't have a right to impede this man.
Before they arrest him, they have a procedure. They've got to give it.
This guy's talking shit now. Just say because this is.
He's whining. He's winding you up. He's winding you up.
He must be pissing me off because, you know. But the thing about it is, this is a real person that's died that helped veterans. Like, you know, this is a real person that died. Like, you know, it's very easy to sort of that. Like, you know, just honestly.
He was trying to help a woman that had fallen over. He's a nurse. That's what he does. He helps people. So he went over to try and pick that woman up, and they've jumped on him like pack animals. And by the way, Sebastian, I don't know if you heard me. That's not your friend. Casper's just said that's the wrong G.
I was going to say, bloody hell, that's strange. Go on, carry on. Thank you.
That's all he was doing. He was trying to help, and he got jumped.
They don't care. They don't care.
Whoops.
Yeah, they don't care. Like, you know, just what we're seeing from these guys is just I'm surprised America is even standing for it. Like, you know, I'm surprised America is even standing like even allowing them. But they're like cowards anyway. They moved out, and then they sent the National Guard into that area.
Yes, yeah, to cover their backs, to cover their tracks,
Yeah,
to
they literally.
eat it down.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
National
yeah,
Guard come in then.
Did
yeah.
you see Ava Longoria? She used to be in Desperate Housewives. She's like Mexican, really pretty woman.
Yeah.
Possibly.
She went to an award show, and it was the other night, and she stood up and she said that she was born in this place, and it's only like in so many years that America took over this part of Mexico. And now these people are now considered illegal immigrants, when the fact is it's just geography. Basically, the fact that America has taken over this area, and now they're illegal immigrants.
Well, they take it. Well, you could say that about the whole of America. They took over and
Well,
stole
yeah,
from the.
Yeah, let's get to
I
the
mean,
facts.
unfortunately, these are unruly Brits that we're talking about over here. We're talking about unruly Brits, like unruly Brits, unruly French, Scottish, Irish. This is what we're talking about here, right? This is what happens when they go.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Like this morning, that controversial governor, that Somalian, that woman who got injected,
Yeah.
who got injected by that guy.
He didn't inject her. He sprayed something at her, didn't he? He did
I,
actually.
I read that he injected her.
No, he didn't inject her. He sprayed
No?
something at her.
All right. Thank God for that. Thank God for
Like a
that.
syringe, and he sprayed some substance over her. He definitely didn't get to her because there's some big guy just gripped him, boy, didn't he?
Is it? Is it? I've not seen it. I just read it, but I thought, I'll go into that because that's if that's what they're doing to her now, what's going to happen in the next 10 days to the other people?
Yeah.
Oof.
And they're really digging out. Sorry, okay, go.
Do you think Donald's losing the plot? Do you think he's actually believing his own shit?
No, he what it is, Kitty, is he gave it the big un, and now the big un is going against him, it's backfiring. He made a statement of XYZ. Like I say, Kitty, I'm going to do this to you. And then next minute, Kitty just gets one Scud missile, throws it at me, and I'm finished. That's basically in a nutshell, in conclusion. He gave it all gas with British gas, and now that British gas is finished, and he doesn't know where to go. And he's thinking, I'm looking like an idiot. That's why the National Guard, half of America is National Guard now in certain states. And the news don't show that. Half of America is under national, the National Guard are, in certain areas controlling certain roads and highways.
In some areas, though, some areas they are doing a good job. Like I did see I did see some of the stats for I can't remember what state it was where the National Guard are. Like literally, they said that it's a totally different area, because they've allowed it to be overrun with criminals. And when I say criminals, it's petty, it's poor people. It's the poorest of the poor with no healthcare, living on the streets, just robbing people, basically. And they brought the National Guard in to sort of quell that. Just to squash the peasants, But Donald Trump is for me, he's like an Instagram woman shaking her tits, that's what he is. Because that's literally what he is. If you're the president of America, you are powerful. You have one of the powerful militaries behind you. You're not a big guy. It's like me standing with 100 big men behind me and going to fight 2 skinny guys and saying, "Yeah, haha, I'm this man. I'm the man. I'm going to make you pay this. I'm going to make you pay that." Without the, do you know what I mean? It's pathetic. He doesn't need to do it. He should be acting diplomatic. He shouldn't be embarrassing leaders of countries and stuff like that. He should be sitting there and trying to do proper deals like China and Russia are doing, whether you like it or not. They're doing deals with people. They're not just saying, right, we're just going to steal your president. They haven't taken Zelensky, have they, and put him in a bunker somewhere, have they? And made him dance for everyone, like he used to in his tutu.
I think that might be the only way to
It's like the Chinese foreign secretary the other day, because I watch the Chinese news on Sky and I can understand what they're saying. So they were interviewing him and they were saying, what's your views on America and UK, blah, blah, blah. And he says, in a nutshell, they've gone to war with so many countries over the last 10 years, 15 years. And they've spent so much money on the military and blah, blah, blah. and it's cost them millions and billions and trillions. Now they're in debt. So while they were fighting the wars, we were building our armies and our technologies in our home country to progress further on in life
Yeah.
in the future. So if we ever got attacked, we're 50 years ahead of them. And he goes, we are 50 years ahead of them now. Because America is $38 trillion in debt. I
Yeah,
repeat,
yeah, but the debt,
38.
yeah, but the debt doesn't mean nothing. The
Yeah,
debt
yeah,
doesn't
no,
mean
it does because
the debt,
they
the
can't
debt
go to
doesn't
certain
mean
countries now.
no, but the debt doesn't mean nothing purely because if they're in debt, they're in charge of their currency. They just print more
Yeah, but
money.
the currency is going down.
It,
In the next 24 months, there'll be no US dollar.
it is going down, and
Yes?
obviously the sanctions on the countries that obviously the agreement is that they have to buy certain
Yeah.
like they have to buy oil in the dollar basically, and that's the real reason why they've stolen the
Yeah.
Venezuela, because they've all they're trying to do their deal with BRICS, the unit, their new currency, and they're saying, look, rather than spending money rather than using that pathetic dollar that they're printing money on, we're going to use our own currency, which is 40% gold, and the rest is basically our own sort of like
Yes.
home service.
Resources.
But
Yeah.
guys, let's go over to TikTok for the last 10 minutes, guys.
Okay.
Come over and join me, guys. Come over and join me, and then we can get some people in there.